Quick video to show you how to use the new saving sectors features in Procedural Objects version 1.7.9. So you can open the window from the selection mode. You can open this new saving sectors management window. When you open it and you don't have anything, it will create a big button here asking you if you want to create sectors data for this very save file. This will not be available for map editor or for new games that you're creating. You have to be loading a save file for this to be available. Now, once you click that button, this is what you're facing. This window here is telling you how much data was loaded or saved inside of the save file. So this is how Procedural Objects has saved data so far, and this is the default way to save data with Procedural Objects directly into your save game file. Arguably this is the safest way, but for people who use Procedural Objects a lot, this value here can get tremendously high, and it's dangerous for that reason, because there is an inherent limit to how much data can be saved inside the save game file. So by creating sectors data, like we're gonna do here, what you're gonna do is you're actually creating other files that are saved as this path. This path can actually be found in your app data local colossal order city skylines procedural objects saving sectors folder, and it will save them as PO data files, which is basically serialized procedural objects data. This little tooltip here is telling you what you're dealing with will be assigned to. So if I'm clicking, say, data saved in save file here, so this is the one that's assigned, and if I leave this window and I start creating all this stuff with PO, this will still be loaded in the save file because that's where I assigned it to. So anything I do, if I copy paste this, or if I import exported objects, this took a very long time because it's thousands of POs, but you get the idea that if I have this here, this will all be saved in here, as I can prove if I overwrite at the save file, which was PO test save 2. If I overwrite this, you see how the data has increased a lot in the data saved in save file. But if I do this, select all of these, which as you can see is a lot of objects. If I do this and I set the sector, this new tooltip will appear if you created sectors data in your file. If I set it to sector 1 now and save again, this will all be in this secondary file now. So it is recommended to keep this value kind of low. This is in relative terms, but then, as you will see later, once you load your save file is when the magic occurs, and you can selectively load or not load certain parts of your city to enhance your loading time or your performances in general in game, because all these objects would just simply not exist in the current game session. So important note, with autosave, if you're going to be using autosave from the game, which is happening here, if you do this, then the path at which PO will save will still remain the same if you're auto-saving, which means it's going to potentially overwrite the data of the thing you loaded, which in 99% of cases will not be a problem, but be careful with that. It's not saving to a specified auto-save thing, it's just keeping the same value that was set here. However, as you can see here, it's saving in PO test save 2, but if I save the game to PO test save 3, say, it will automatically assign it to PO test save 3 and potentially overwrite data. That is why you can keep in the procedural objects options the default option of keeping existing sector files as backup. This will make sure that whenever you're writing a sector file, such as sector 1 PO data, it will, if there was already a file at this destination, it will copy it to sector 1 backup.PO data, and it will do it twice at most. So you can get at most 2 backups plus the one you're saving. So that's a good recommendation to keep it there. Now, this can amount to a lot of data if you're using a lot procedural objects and you're wanting to be safe, creating a new save every time. You can have end up having a lot of data saved on your file, but hey, that's what it is. It's already the case if the data is saved in save game files, so sectors don't really change anything on this side of the thing. And what we're going to do is we're going to load the game again, and you can see what I mean when I mean selecting. We're going to save this one again. It's pure test save 3, and we're going to reload it. I will see you in a minute. We are now reloading the same game file that we were editing previously, and as you can see, it suggests to us to load which sectors we want. So we can select or deselect this sector. You cannot select or deselect the data that is saved in the save file. It will always be loaded, but external sectors you can, and you have a scroll bar here that appears if you have a lot of sectors. You can obviously select all or deselect all, and at some point during the loading process, it will not let you click this anymore because Procedural Objects will have already started to load its data, and so you won't be able to click it anymore. Still able to click it right now. The file has just reloaded, and as you can see, all these objects that I had just copied on the sector file are not loaded. As you can see here, it says not loaded, which means I cannot click this, so I cannot delete the file. I cannot assign POs to this file either. And yeah, see how I cannot assign it here. There you go. This is all you need to know about sectors. You can potentially reload other sectors into other files, but this is really not recommended to play around with. Let me know if you need any help. Thank you for testing this.